Hey guys, Decibels in Dialogue, episode 2. I'm Corbin.
I'm Daylin.
We've got some stuff here to talk about today that we hope you guys are going to enjoy. Thank you very much for everyone for the support on the
Yeah.
last episode. That's been very big to us. I know me and Dalen have never done anything like this, and we're just kind of starting to learn.
Yeah.
So
No, it's
yeah, let's
greatly appreciated for sure.
yeah, so let's kick it
Yeah.
off, man.
Yeah.
What should we talk about today?
Well, today I kind of wanted to get into how the industry has changed, like how we've seen it change. So, I mean, I've only been doing this, like I said, professionally almost 7 years, and you've got 15 years under your belt. So, I want to see, like, obviously we've got similarities. It's kind of why we want to talk about it. But also, you were in the scene before me, so you have some earlier insight too. You would have seen that, the slamming out installs part of it where there wasn't like always crazy how do I want to put this, now we have so much finesse and so much
We didn't,
technical aspect that
yeah.
before it wasn't always that involved, right? So
Yeah, you weren't running into all pass filters and
yeah,
all these things that were really starting to shape and change how the
yeah,
industry is
exactly.
nowadays, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that, even like for you 15 years ago, like those things would have been present in OEM amplified systems, but then like, you know, a
Not a
lot,
lot, but they
well,
they
not a
were,
lot,
and
but
and they were
it was
weird when we
starting.
were first getting them. Like
That's what I mean.
ANC, dude, like
Yeah.
when ANC was first introduced,
Yeah.
I think so active noise canceling,
Yeah.
that was probably one of the most frightening things ever because
What the fuck just
nobody
happened?
has dude, literally,
Yeah.
like you close the door on a vehicle and all of a sudden it's making a 30 hertz bass tone and you're like, what
What?
do I do? What is this?
Yeah.
And then you start digging in deeper and you still can't figure it out. And I mean, like I really can't think of a time where I wasn't able to figure it out off the get-go because we were pretty versed into that stuff and we knew it was coming out, but it
Hmm.
was something that was like, okay, like what if we can't defeat this? How do we do this? And then, like nowadays we have preamps
Right.
and all these solutions now that kind of defeat that. So we
Hmm.
don't have to worry about it as much.
That's right.
But, I mean, you look at certain vehicles now with Bose systems and or Toyotas, and they can have anywhere from 3 to 4 all pass filters.
Yeah.
And for anyone that understands what that is, that is a nightmare for us if you don't have the
That's
proper equipment
heckin'
or
crazy.
in Lehman's terms, it is absolutely heckins crazy, 100%. And like back then too, we were dealing with and not that it's not a popular vehicle nowadays, but
Right.
like a 2006 GMC Sierra.
Yeah.
So many of those,
Yeah.
Honda Civics, vehicles that didn't require plates, didn't require all this advanced fabrication for, making stuff fit properly. It was
Right.
literally just dropping it in, shipping it out.
Yeah.
And, boxes were readily available. So, it wasn't like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I can't get this box now because this vehicle's 20 years old and it just doesn't exist anymore.
Whole box, you're
So, I mean,
talking like an integration
like
module of some kind,
no,
like
like
doing a
sub
deck.
boxes,
Oh, a
like
sub
sub
box.
boxes.
Sorry.
I
Sorry.
mean, like
Okay.
for most shops that are doing prefab
Yeah, they got a
boxes,
prefab box. Yeah, like a sub box.
i-
Yeah.
if a guy's doing a 2006 Chevy Crew Cab right now, you
Hmm.
can't find a prefab box for it, whether it's A-Trent, B-Box, Base
Right.
Max,
It's really
King
hard.
Box,
Yeah. Like
Q-Lux.
doesn't exist.
They don't exist for some reason. I
Yeah.
mean, the odd time once in a while, I'm like, oh wow, there's one available. I'm grabbing this.
Right.
But and that's a popular vehicle for us, right?
Right.
So I mean, like as far
There's
as things
still a
have
lot of them on
changed,
the road.
dude, there's tons.
Yeah.
It's literally probably the most popular vehicle in Grand
I
Prairie.
probably saw
Everyone
4
has,
today.
yeah,
Like,
the LB7 and LB7 fucking Duramax. I mean, they're everywhere. And I guess I don't know, but they're awesome vehicles. Everyone loves them. They love the
mhm,
body style, and super easy vehicle to work on. Whether it's changing speakers, putting a deck in,
right.
all this type of stuff. So I mean, like as far as the industry's changed, I mean, people have different expectations
For
as
sure.
well too,
That's
like
right.
what they're thinking that
Yeah.
they're getting.
Yeah. What they think they want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, they're going off what they're hearing from friends or what
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
remember,
yeah, past
and
experiences with shops like back in, 90s or early 2000s, right? Like maybe when they were in like high school or getting out of high school and they just started working for a while, right? So now they
Yeah,
are looking at upgrading their vehicle, and things have changed drastically in the past 20 years or more,
for sure.
right? Like
So I mean, a
insane.
guy comes to us with a brand new vehicle,
Yeah.
and he wants to change out his speakers, and because he thinks it's going to be the biggest upgrade for him, and he
Yeah.
wants to add the subs and whatnot, and we're like, hey, that is not the option. Like, I'm sure
No.
you guys are in the same boat. Like, we
Yeah,
start
all the
with
time.
DSP amplifier, factory speakers.
That's
Like,
right. Yeah.
let's show you what we can do with these that are in there, and they're like, oh, I don't think we're going to get what we want out of that,
Mhm.
because I've had my experience with this system already, and it's like,
Yeah, I have this conversation every day. Like
every
every
day,
day.
probably like 4 to 5 times, if not more, with
Yep.
a customer, and they obviously think I'm, like, maybe lying to them because they don't have that expectation because they
Right.
don't know.
That's right.
But, I mean, like, we've got a couple vehicles that have that done at the shop, or sorry, one of them at the shop, and, I mean, it's a huge eye opener. Even when I do them, like I mentioned in the last podcast, every time I do that, and
Yeah, you
I'm
demo a
sure you're in the
system.
same boat,
Yeah.
it's like, or just when you finish one, when you
Yeah.
do one, like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're sitting there, you finish the tune, you're listening to it, you're like, God damn. Right? Like this is just the factory speakers. Like,
yeah.
yeah, no,
We
it's
haven't
it's
even changed the speakers
yeah.
yet. We've just integrated towards what's in there, and
Yeah.
we're like, "Whoa, light years ahead."
I've definitely been very surprised. I remember the very first one we did cuz even for us like I knew we needed to hop on the bandwagon. Like I could see the change on the horizon, you know what I mean? And it
For
was
sure.
encroaching fast and like other shops were doing it. And I was like, man, we've been doing these systems and we've just been having so much I wouldn't call it problems. Like people were still satisfied, but like for us, we're like, fuck, like dude, it could be so much better than this. What are we missing? Right. And this would have
Yeah.
been like 4 years ago now, like, or almost five, where we're like, fuck, what are we missing? Like, why are we, we're doing these and people are not, well, maybe not people aren't coming back, but, you know, maybe they
You're
just,
just not happy with them because
yeah,
there's more that you
exactly.
can get out of the
There's
system,
more we can get. Yeah, for
because 'cause you've
sure.
heard these speakers off like
Off.
a
Yeah.
proper
Like a
system, and
proper
you're like,
setup.
"Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not getting what I
Mm-hmm.
was expecting that this truck was gonna turn
Yeah.
out to, or
Yeah.
this car or SUV or whatever," right?
Yeah. Especially if like the demo experience in the shop floor is drastically different than in the vehicle. You know what I mean?
And it's
Like
always going
it's
to be like
always
that's
going to
always
be.
like my
Yeah.
first disclaimer. I'm like,
Yeah.
I love demoing to people, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah,
like
for sure.
when we're doing a system like that, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
what you're listening to
Yeah.
might not be the same. If anything, it might be better,
Yeah,
or
I've done that too.
because you're standing in the middle of my demo board right now,
You're in
it
an
might be
ideal spot, bro.
yeah, you're in an ideal spot. I mean, your left speaker is that much closer to you than
Yeah.
your right speaker. So I mean,
Yeah.
like, don't expect it to sound exactly the same. I mean,
Exactly.
volume wise, yeah, this is where you're going to
For
be, but
sure.
obviously you're now in a sealed
Yeah.
container, so it's
Tiny
going to
little
be
tin
louder,
can. Yep.
because I have a pretty decent shop. Like our sales floor is quite large, so I
Hmm.
mean, there's weird zeros in there, like especially with bass output. Like the
For
closer you
sure.
get to the front door, I've metered it, and it's like a 10 dB increase
Oh
in
yeah.
sub bass.
Yeah.
So guys are like, oh, like I had these 12s, they were louder in my vehicle. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
dude. You're in a
they're gonna
freaking
be.
you're in a
You're in a
3,000
warehouse.
yeah, you're in a 3,000 square foot showroom, dude. Like
Well, and like
yeah.
one thing that like I don't know if you know this, but like, so humans, we have what's called an echoic memory.
Right.
So the way that like our auditory systems work,
Yeah.
and how information is stored in the brain, like we technically only take, like, I don't know, like a few seconds of that information
Right.
and think, "Oh yeah, this is it," like,
Yeah.
okay, because it's like useless information. It's like a PC, it's like a RAM dump. Like, we don't
Mm.
need it. So like, when we go back to how the industry's changed,
Yeah.
like when guys are coming to us from like the 90s that have had a system installed, and they're like, "Oh, like my 212s blew my windshield out. They were
Right.
so loud." It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
well, they weren't, because that's
Yep.
just not a thing,
Yep.
and your brain doesn't remember that type of stuff. Like the auditory registration side of it, like on the psychoacoustic side of things, is like
Mhm.
you're processing information that is like not there, but you're trying to like make yourself think it's
Right.
there, I guess, would be the easiest way to explain that.
And I hate to say this about my dad's own vehicle because like I said in the previous one, like he's the kind of the biggest influence for me into car audio growing up.
Yeah.
And, the sound system in his truck has been in there since like '06, right?
For sure.
Old school slash amps in there. I can't remember
I
the
love
front.
me some flat
I
amps,
know,
baby.
I
I got
know.
like 7.
You know, the front components are JL. I can't remember the model, but they're JL components. And then
Dude, they're
the
probably
subs,
XRs.
I want to say they are. That sounds about right. And
Yeah.
then the subs, they did a seat push forward, and they did a box. So they pushed the seat forward, and they did a box behind the seat sealed, but it was for 13 W1
Ones.
V2s. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. So the old,
Those are
like
all
the
the gray
white gray
cones.
cone. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those things
Yeah.
are sick. They were
Yeah.
honestly one of my favorite subs.
Yeah. So, he's having some problems with it now, but I remember like it had been years since I like heard it. And this was also like not 5 years ago, but this was probably like, yeah, maybe 4 or 5 years ago now. I remember I had just done I had my Avalanche at the time. I had just done my 15s in my Avalanche, just a ginormous vented enclosure. I think it was like 9 cubic feet or something, 1500 watts. It was just,
Oh yeah,
like my
yeah, I
my
remember
S
that.
my SPL build, because I really thought I wanted
Did
to
the
be an
kickers in
SPL
there,
guy.
right?
Yeah, the
The-
comp
Yeah,
VXs, yeah.
yeah.
Just something to rep what we were repping at the time. And
Why not?
that thing, like, I remember playing it for him, and he was like, I have never heard bass like it was too much, like even at like lower volume. Like I basically had to have the bass knob down. I was like, but Dad, like your truck was pretty loud. Like it's not as loud as this, but it was pretty loud. Two 13 dub 1 V2s on a 500-watt slash and a sealed enclosure behind the
Subwoofers. I
seat.
love
Like
them.
sounds good. But then I remember listening to it and I was like, this is not what I remember.
The same.
So it was kind of a
Yeah.
good, like, that was one of those times where like you just talked about, I had remembered it, but I definitely remembered it wrong. Like it was my reference at the
The brain
time.
just doesn't use it. It's
Correct.
just useless information for the
Yeah.
brain. Like we store so much
Yeah.
information every day, and the brain's just like, nah,
Yeah.
nope,
But
I
I
don't need it.
I think it was kind of a good reminder of like my reference level moving up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not that it's a bad system by any means, still a great sounding system. It just wasn't what I
What you thought
remembered
it
it.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I thought it was
exactly.
all that, right? But it's still good. It just wasn't like, okay, it wasn't where I thought it was. Not bad,
No.
just
And unless
I
you're
rem
able to like compare that like right there and then
yeah,
like go
you
to the next
can't.
one, that's the only time that the brain's gonna be like, all right, sweet, that's cool.
Yeah.
And like, like my old man was the exact same way. He had his Camaro and whatnot. And like I was
Mhm.
pretty young. I don't really remember it that much, but like I
Mhm.
remember dits and little things. But
Mhm.
like when he heard my system in my GM, he's like, man, he's like, this thing thumps.
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, yeah, these dub sixes get down. He's like, no, like it's crazy. Like I feel it in my chest. And I'm like, yeah,
Mm.
it digs
Yeah.
deep, right? So it's like
Yeah.
right there, like that comparison. It's like, okay, well, they didn't have that experience, or maybe they did, but they don't remember it as much. But
Yeah.
it's just one of those things. And then like, as far as things are changing, it's just things are more efficient nowadays. We're
Mhm.
running, I mean, in certain applications, less
Certain, for
power,
sure.
more power, and less draw. So, I mean, there's just so many
Mhm.
beneficial reasons to why I think the industry has changed, and obviously why it will always change,
Oh
just
yeah, for sure.
because you can't have things the same. Like, I mean, look at like Bluetooth hands free. When your people were installing, like, did you ever do any like parrot
No.
Bluetooth units?
No, that was
Oh,
not.
dude,
That was before me, before my
dude, they were
professional years.
such a nightmare.
Were they?
Oh, dude, they
I know
were a
the
nightmare.
I know about the brand, but I've never ever messed with it. Was it like a
I
Bluetooth add-on unit to an OEM radio?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah.
and it was just, I don't know, a separate controller, a separate unit. Most of the
Mm.
time, they were like FM
Ew.
modulation. So I mean, yeah, yeah, they
Yeah.
they they weren't
They
really
wouldn't
the
sound good, would it?
no, they
No.
didn't. And they were huge. Like I don't know if you did any of the older like Kenwood decks where they were like modular as well too.
No,
So
but
you
I
had the
messed with a
radio and the
Pioneer one.
brain.
Yeah, messed with a Pioneer similar.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
okay, great. You're putting a radio in the dash, and now you got a massive
Fucking
laptop you're trying to put underneath the fucking front seat, and
uh
and then oh, you want Sirius XM? The Sirius XM modules. a laptop as well too. So you're trying to put that somewhere and
Jeez,
route
yeah.
everything. And I mean,
Yeah.
like, it's no doubt that when you get a vehicle like this or you bought a vehicle like this, it's like, what is this rat's nest I'm looking at? It's like, yeah,
uh
the guy that wanted to put this in there did not want to put this in here, and he just literally threw it
just
in there.
fucking threw it and let it install, buddy.
Basically, it
Just
installed
let it.
itself.
It
It was a
installed itself.
Bluetooth install. Yeah,
Yeah,
Bluetooth install.
yeah, like a SEMA drive shaft,
Yeah, front drive
Bluetooth
shaft
drive
non-existent.
shaft.
But yeah, you look at today, and I think CarPlay and Android Auto are probably one of the most fascinating features we've seen in this
Sure.
industry, because we're very used to watching things disappear
Yeah,
and new things coming out and
yeah,
taking over those things, and next thing you know, it's the next greatest idea
that's
and
right.
whatever. But CarPlay and Android Auto have reigned throughout the entire time.
Okay,
I mean,
they have.
like that's huge. It comes factory in
Yeah.
vehicles when people are coming in for a deck upgrade, which isn't as common anymore. But like we
Nope.
said, there's still lots of old vehicles on the market. This
Hmm.
is the biggest feature they're looking for, because
Yeah, they
look
want
at
that.
distracted driving.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And they want the convenience feature. I mean,
for
I
sure.
hate driving in Edmonton. I am not an Edmonton fan. If I did not have CarPlay or Android Auto, buddy, I'm not
Be
pulling a
fucking
map out when I'm
lost.
driving on the Henday. I'm fucking losing it. I'm actually gonna lose it.
So I was gonna bring that up. So have you also I've had two yeah, I've had two people come by. You see what GM's doing with CarPlay, right?
It's like a Google style now.
Yeah, it's non-existent. They're
Yeah,
they're focusing on their own ecosystem. They're just getting
yeah.
rid of it.
We
Yeah.
talked about this years ago, and I didn't think
Yeah.
they were actually gonna go through with it,
And
and
now,
they did.
yeah, what the hell?
I mean, I think they
Well,
still offer CarPlay. You just have to enable it in the radio when you plug in an iPhone.
yeah, see, I don't know because I've had two people come by and they've got iPhones and they plug their vehicle in and there's no fucking iPhone option. Like
See, which is
it just
weird
doesn't
because,
happen.
like, Des has got an iPhone and I have an
Yeah.
Android, so
Yeah.
we try to vary between the two, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think we've had an issue coming up with that, but I did
Well,
remember that being a thing.
I haven't worked on a Chev yet, like a GM vehicle yet that hasn't had it, but I've had people
Yeah.
come to us and say, "Hey, can you get, CarPlay and this on the screen?" I'm like, what do you mean you don't have it? You know what I mean? Like, we should just
And
fucking
maybe
have
someone
it.
else can confirm on that, like in comments here when we post. But I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Th-
that would be something interesting for sure. But
yeah.
most of the time, I believe it just has to be enabled. Like when you plug it in
Mhm.
and you go through the initial setup,
Yeah.
I think you have to. It asks if you
Yeah.
want to enable it.
Yeah, no,
So maybe it
maybe
wasn't enabled.
maybe, but I know I went out and plugged my phone in and I was like, fuck, maybe it's just like your cable, maybe it's your
Because you're an iPhone,
device.
right?
Yeah, I'm an iPhone. So
Yeah.
I went out to the truck, plugged my device in, and it just charge. Just charge the phone.
Really?
Yeah, and we tried like all the USBs. Like I had, I had a Type C to A device or a cable. I had Type C, Type C. We tried every single one. They didn't do anything. It was just like charge. I think it read audio files over USB, but it would not do like CarPlay. And nothing popped
Yeah.
up, nothing prompted it. It's all doing the ecosystem. You know how like Volvo, they have okay, so Volvo is coming with CarPlay now because that's what the people want. But
Yeah.
before they only have like Google built in. Like it's built in. So I mean it's
Yeah.
not gonna do it's
What was
not
that called?
you can have like Spotify on there, Tidal. You could download all these apps for music, and then you've got Google Maps, and you've got this, and you can, talk to the vehicle. But I mean, they're bringing it back though. It's kind of like Volkswagen doubling back down on physical buttons, right? They had all the touch
Yeah.
buttons, and now they're like, okay, everybody wants fucking physical buttons on their steering wheel, so let's bounce back to this because they
Oh, the
listen to
touch
the
buttons
people.
were bad,
Brutal,
man.
right? Yeah.
They were bad. I did
It
not like
looked
those.
fancy and futuristic, but nobody liked them. Nobody, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, um,
Oh,
yeah,
that's a good point, though. I mean,
yeah.
that is like,
I don't know.
especially if that's something that's going to be changing within the future. I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna be
I
weird.
don't know why they would go that route.
No
Maybe just
idea.
for because to try to be different and try
Hmm.
something. I mean, let's be honest. GM's always been kind of, let's use this as a guinea pig, and
Sure.
let's see where it goes
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then go from there, right?
Yeah,
Which I
we'll mark it here
completely
now. See
don't
what happens.
agree with it,
Neither do
but
I.
I mean,
Yeah. So I think so. My question for you, because like I said, you've been in this a little bit longer, and it's kind of on base with our topic here. When did you see the need for a DSP product with integration? Like
Subarus.
well, not even when, like for vehicle, for sure, Subarus for sure, but like, do you have an idea of like, or do you remember
Like
where you're?
timeline?
Yeah, because like DSP has obviously been prominent for uh post amp, like for tuning a v like tuning the acoustics, right? But
Yeah.
it's obviously
Well, I
for
mean,
integration
DSP's been around a
a
long time.
long time for sure. And they have like a lot of the DSPs I've seen have high level integration with that. But
Yeah.
when it's been like for
Like
you,
necessary?
yeah, like like absolutely necessary. Like there's no other way to do this. You know what I mean? Like we got to
Honestly,
integrate
like
with this. And
since I've been doing it for so long, I
mm-hmm,
would
okay,
personally say it would have been like 18 to 19
mm-hmm,
uh GMs
yeah,
before they ever had radio solutions for that.
right,
And you start getting into those weird most systems to
right,
where they only use them for certain years.
mm-hmm,
And you wanted guys that wanted upgrades and wanted this. I mean, yeah, sure, you could use an LC7I,
good.
which was my least favorite product, and god, I unfortunately have sold so many of them, and I really hate
Yeah,
to shit on audio control all the time,
I
but I
know.
mean, like, it's it's always been the bane of my existence with those products. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, that's kind of
Yeah,
where it was. Oh, okay, this is where we need to start getting into that. And I mean, JL was probably one of the first things that really got me into like true, maybe not signal processing, but signal correction. Like,
mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever used a tweak before.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
use
not
a
a
tweak.
tweak,
Oh,
but
clean
a
sweep.
clean sweep.
Never used
Yeah,
it. I've seen it in action.
I have 3 clean sweeps. They're about to go in the garbage because I don't know why I have them. They're with my JL stuff, and it's like
I've
you can't sell them, you
no.
can't use them, and they were great for early Bose systems and stuff like that. But
How
I mean,
early?
dude, I think they were invented for like 2006 Bose systems. Like, I honestly don't know what they
Yeah.
were ever actually used for, but
Besides
they were
that,
supposed to be the end all be all.
right?
And I used a few of them. I had a couple sales guys use them that were like, "Oh, this is the tits. This is so good." And I was like, "This is not the tits. This is not good."
Yeah.
And but that was kind of, I guess, my first real like, oh, we need some sort of like something that's going to be able to take all this information, sum it up, and be able to correct it
Right.
properly. And then, like how the LC7I has got, these jumpers in there to where you can actually sum, or you can kind of
Right.
go maybe channel for channel or whatnot. And
Right.
that was like kind of an idea. Again, it was like, oh, okay, well,
Yeah, you could
if
have
we
a
can do
channel
this, why?
pass through or sum them together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
why can't we do this a little bit more technically? And
Yeah.
then, I got my hands on, I want to say maybe it was 2014 or 15. This was a little bit prior to where match products were really setting into North America.
Yeah.
And I had an iConnect piece.
Okay.
So it was basically like it was called the IDSP6. It was basically not the up six, but the oh geez, trying to think of the older version of what the match version was.
Mm.
But anyways, it was
Yeah.
it was a 4 in 6 out,
Yeah.
and it had the same, not same, but similar software, just 10 years older to what we deal with now. So for me, I was like, wow, this is
This is the
so easy
tits.
to use.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the tits. This is so good to use. The sliding bars worked well.
Oh yeah.
Nothing like, if you've ever used the Zapco product, which I also had used back in the day
Mm-hmm.
a couple times, some of those Zapco DSPs. I know me and Nick Apicella have laughed about that before too, because Zapco made some really good stuff, but like this thing is just like ancient.
Right.
It's like, oh my god, like what are you doing with this product? But like when you first got that first test of it, it was like, oh, this is gonna make waves. Like individual EQ, individual leveling,
Yeah, you could see the idea.
changeable slopes, changeable
Yeah.
crossover types. It's like, this is the future, man. Like
Yeah.
this is gonna be big. And I think at that point I was like, this is all I want to do.
Right.
vehicles
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because they sounded so good when they were done. Even
Right.
though it was a little bit more of a pain in the ass to
Yeah, for
tune them
sure. Yeah.
nowadays, because multitasking out RAW and going back out and going
Yeah,
back
there
in
was
and
no
doing this.
built-in RTA like
It
analyzer.
had it,
Yeah.
but
It was
it
not
wasn't great. It
not
wasn't
good.
as accurate.
Gotcha.
No, 100%. Like, I think it was limited at 1/3,
Okay, yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think it took a long time when running pig noise through it. Like, I almost wanna say it was, like, instead of, like, 15, 20 seconds, it was, like, a minute.
Oh, wow.
Which, I
Gotcha.
mean, so, like, you're going back in and you're making, like, minor adjustments, and you're
Yeah.
trying to see, like, what these minor adjustments made. Like, "Hey, maybe I wanna change the Q factor on here, and I wanna narrow a frequency band and, like, see where this would change things." It's like, "Okay, this is taking so long." So, like, make any, like,
Well,
accurate
it was in its
judgmental
infancy,
changes.
but yeah.
You're like,
We're so
this
spoiled
is not
now.
working."
We're so spoiled.
Yeah.
See, so for me, right, like I haven't experienced any of those products. Like I know Zapco, right? I don't actually think I've heard of that iConnect piece, but I'm gonna look into that after. But
That was
these.
an early Trends piece. So this was when
Oh,
Trends
okay.
actually pulled in Audio Tech Fisher back in the day first. They were one of the first ones to bring them in.
I
And
didn't know that.
this was labeled specifically for, so the iConnects piece, it was labeled specifically for Visions. This was one of their big box
Oh,
pieces.
okay.
Or not big box pieces, sorry, but
Yeah,
one of
like
their
their house brand.
exclusive pieces.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
No, no, it was still under iConnect, so like
Oh,
iConnect's
okay.
wiring and all that.
But oh,
But like
sorry.
his
Yeah, exclusive to them. Gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
basically. And it was
yeah.
just a rebranded match piece, and it worked great. It was awesome. Like
Mm,
there's still a couple guys that I know that have them, and I'm like, oh
gotcha.
yeah,
Nice.
like I'll
Okay.
tune that all day long. And because Audio Tech Fisher offers support for
Right.
10, 15 years.
Yeah. Right. Well, see, for me, like it hasn't been that long. But I saw it super early because we were
Yeah,
doing
you were lucky.
we were doing systems and like we were, like just following that old, I hate saying old mentality, but just stuck in the ways of, the early installations, right? Like
Yeah.
I would change the speakers in a Chevy with Bose, and I'm like, there's
Six
this
by nine and a two and
six
a
by
half inch in the
nine
dash.
and the
You
two
put
and
a
a half in the
component in a
dash,
six
and
by
you put
nine
a
in the
six by
yeah.
nine in a tweet, yeah, and it's
Worst.
like
Worst.
worse, right? And then we're doing a
Yeah.
sub, so the guy's like kind of maybe blinded by the subwoofer, maybe making, and I'm like, this is wrong. Like this doesn't
It
seem
is.
right. You know what I mean? Like this, I don't really think
So
it
what
sounds better.
you're telling me you don't have ears in your knees?
Yeah, right.
You don't have ear knees? I
Ear
mean, I
knees.
thought everyone had ear knees.
It's
Like, I
only
mean,
it's only you
what?
that's got the ear knees, buddy.
I,
You've just got the
I
ear knees.
personally love listening to my vocals in my mid range going into my knees. I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but
Yeah.
fuck a
I love.
soundstage on the dash. Like
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
weird.
Screw that.
Yeah.
Screw that. But yeah, I was like, this is wrong. We had done so many like it and I just wasn't impressed. But then for me it wasn't necessarily the fact of like that's a problem. I've seen a lot of shops do the same thing where you're talking about the LC7i. They do that on a Bose
Ugh.
system and then they change it. They sum the channels.
You
They
can't
put the
sum all
tweeters on the
pass
deck. Yeah, you
filters.
can't sum all the, and it's like, man, that's maybe it's louder, but there's no way it's
Is it?
better. Yeah, but
Because
that's the
those
other
all
thing
pass
too.
filters are
Is it?
literally canceling
Yeah.
out like a half of the
Well,
volume right there.
well,
Like, I
that's
mean,
that's the other thing too. It's like, is it? I don't
no
know,
mid bass.
right?
It's only high end. It's literally only high
Yeah,
end.
but
And it's like, oh yeah, it sounds better, but they think it sounds better. And
they
I'm
got
like,
4/8 under the seat, bro. So of course it's louder.
oh, but I mean, like, I think
There's
that's
your
where like it
bass.
comes down to us being professionals and like obviously we know what we know. So I mean, like, we have to show them the
Hmm.
right way. And I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people nowadays, because of the internet and what they read,
Hmm.
they think we're trying to just sell them something.
Yeah, and that's not what we're trying to get out of, that box store mentality of just selling as much shit as possible. We want to
No,
sell
exactly.
the solution that's going to work for your vehicle. And all of these vehicles are going to be different. Like you're going to come in with different needs for the
How
vehicle
is it a
itself.
solution if the guy's not happy with it
Yeah,
every time and he
exactly.
keeps coming back and he's causing me more grief and
Yeah,
me more time
exactly.
from dude, I would rather just sell it once, do it right, like
Exactly, right?
every
So
time.
it's like I said, I kind of saw it a little bit early, and then I started looking heavily into what, other shops have been doing, and, just looking into different brands and different products. And then obviously that led us down the path like where we're at now, which was where you guys are at, right? With Audio Tech Fisher products, Helix and Match and all that stuff
Yeah.
for what's required to integrate. I mean, there's obviously other brands out there too that can do
Oh
some
yeah,
of this
Arc
stuff,
Audio,
right? Arc
Mosconi.
Audio,
There's
Moscone,
there's a
Audison.
lot for
There's a
sure.
lot for sure, but I think it doesn't matter. It just so long as you can use that tool, right,
Mhm.
effectively.
What you're
And
comfortable with.
exactly,
That's
right?
yeah,
So, and of course, where you're going to get the support from. So, the support for us matters because then we can provide that support for the people we do it for, right?
for
So,
sure. We have a great
it
we
all,
have
yeah, exactly. We have a great rapport with these people, right?
yeah.
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 So,
I
and
mean,
that's the
especially
relationship
with
needs to be
MSP.
there.
I mean,
Yeah, for
we
sure.
can call them up and we have any questions that may be a little bit weird. We've got good tech support.
Yeah,
We've got all that. And it's not that the products aren't good. It's just what we're comfortable with and
for
the
sure.
relationships that we've made. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
absolutely.
biased. I love me some Audio Tech Fisher equipment. I've got it in multiple vehicles.
Yep.
I know you're the exact same way.
Yep.
And we sell it. So I mean,
Yep.
not I don't shit on any brand. I mean,
Except
Blue
audio
Audio
control.
Control. But I mean it's one of those things. It's
Hmm.
like we're trying to educate the customer, and I know when you go through your sales process and everything like that, like it's different nowadays as it was when I first started. I mean, like it
Right.
was like, okay, like literally how much stuff can we pump out, and what can we sell people, and
Oh, for sure.
like it. And nowadays it's like, no, this is solution based
Yeah.
selling. We have to sell the right products, or else you're costing the shop more money, you're
Yep.
costing the customer his time, you're
Hmm.
costing yourself your time, all this stuff. It just doesn't make sense to do it that way
No,
in
it
any way,
doesn't.
shape, or form.
It doesn't. And I think a lot of shops out there that, like, we're not trying to diss on you if you've done a new
Oh god,
2024
no.
with an L7i, LC7i and fucking whatever. But I
You
mean,
just don't know any better.
you just I guarantee that it's only going to get more difficult from here.
Yeah.
These shops are going to lose if they don't get their head in the game and start following and paving that way forward with all of us. It
I completely agree.
it you and we don't want to see more mom and pop shops go down, right? Like,
Dude, of
yes, we
course
know
not. How
the
how many have closed down in the last 4
exactly,
years, like,
right?
especially after COVID and
Yeah,
everything,
we
right?
we don't want to see that happen, right? I mean, competition's good for the industry, right? It's
I
good
love
for the people,
competition.
100%. We all need to try and find that way forward because it's, to put it bluntly, you're going to lose, right?
You're gonna lose every time, and
It's
not only that, your installers are gonna hate you,
mhm.
and then you're gonna have animosity in the shop,
Mhm.
and that's not good for anyone, because
Yeah.
then you're going home with a pissed off attitude, and you're coming back to work with a pissed off attitude
Yeah.
because of what happened the day before. So now
Yeah.
not only are you losing with the customer, you're losing with your employees,
Yeah.
and now you have all that animosity within the shop.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Sure.
I
Of course.
I've seen it. It sucks. It's
Yeah.
not fun for anybody.
Yeah.
No one
Well,
wants to deal with that.
yeah, and not that it was I got like a perfect example of that. Great client of ours. We've done multiple vehicles of his. And he's just a very understanding guy. We did his initial RAV4 JBL system. Don't this wasn't me. I wasn't sales at the time.
No, it's okay. Yeah. Hey, yeah,
So that's that JBL system. It's 21 RAV4, so that's your front three-way,
God, I
no
hate
no
Toyotas.
center,
Come
yeah,
on.
rears and OEM, that OEM 8-inch sub in the rear left quarter, right? So pretty
Yeah.
standard. Um, at the time, Pac Amp Pro only listed up to like 17 or 18 RAV4 with JBL. There was no real, at least at the time for us, there was no real ecosystem or network that we had opened up with other shops about. Because again, this was like 2020, right? It was a 21 RAV4. It was like the end of 2020. So we were
Yeah.
still knocking shit out after, our shop flooded and, in the earlier of the year. And, we were, again, just didn't have that network yet. And
Yeah.
so, like I said, we went from a semi-active front end, right? Because the JBL system, you know how that's laid out, right? I don't want to get into it
Yeah,
too much, but
yeah, no,
then we
100%.
went to
LinkedIn friends, LinkedIn center, LinkedIn.
Fix 86.
Yeah. Still
Four
got one on my
channel.
shelf.
Oh. And then, we did a dub 3 high output box on a HD something because he had the HD amp or whatever. So
Would have been a 750 probably.
it was a 750, yeah. So great substage.
For sure.
Right, plenty of amp power for that 12 dub 3 HO box.
Probably too much. Yeah.
Yep, for sure. It's still
Still
kicking.
good sounding though.
It still
Yes.
sounds great and it's still kicking. It's doing its thing.
Yeah.
But there was just something wrong, right? So we redid the front. We also changed out all the speakers. We did again, we went from, 6 speakers up front. We went to a 4 channel amp, so we're running the front three-way passive from the JBL system, and we're using a Fix 86, which you and I both know doesn't take care of those
Fix
pesky all
anything.
pass filters. Yeah, fix anything. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyways, we were having problems, needless to say, right? There was just so many weird little things clicking, popping. It sounded freaking weird. The JBL amp is mad. We're thinking, oh, load resistors.
Oh,
Yeah,
JBL mad amp is
yeah.
mad for
Well,
sure.
the fix was mad. The amps were fine. It was just, we thought
Everybody was having a bad
it
day.
was not good, right? So that was that whole process of like, there's gotta be a better way. And I'll be honest with you, after that, that was kind of the tipping point. Okay, where do we figure this stuff out? So I think we posted, I think the only thing we had at the time was like JL for life or something like that was the group we were
Yep.
in. Um, then I remember posting it and Ken Ward
Like
with
prior to you being
Educar.
into Educar.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. We weren't in that, right? So he was like, Fix 86, that's the wrong piece. 100% you can use a Pac-Am Pro. It's been confirmed. Check out this group. Get in this group. Eyes wide fucking open. I'm looking at everything. I'm checking out every vehicle. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the way. And that was when Educar, in terms of OEM integration, figuring out factory systems and how to get your vehicle to sound better nowadays,
Yeah.
that's just where it all blew up for me, right?
Well, and like I want, what where you're going off. I want to
Yeah, yeah.
see if I can see when I joined Educar
Yeah, I can't even remember when I joined. We
because
might have been in there before that or around that time, and we were trying to figure out if the Pac Amp Pro would work on that one. But, anyways, needless to say, we
I
figured it
joined
out.
10 years ago,
Nice, nice.
2015.
Fucking jealous, bro. Jealous. Yeah, I wish I had that in 2020.
Well, and dude, you got to remember, like, so like when in like 2018 or whatnot, like with Elias Ventura, Chris McNulty,
Hmm.
and a couple of the other boys, I was lucky enough to be in a speaking position at K-Fest, right? So like I did
Right.
a sales training because those guys were basically thinking the same way we are, right? And they
Yeah.
were like, "Oh wow, this kid's on to something. He's thinking the same way we are, and he's following the ride." And like I was just lucky because the time that I went to K-Fest before that,
Hmm.
I made such a huge impression on them and
Hmm.
was able to introduce myself and be like, "Hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I want to do." Met
Yeah.
Julian Fisher, met Guy Bonneville, like that was literally probably the highlight. So, if you want to ask me where my career changed and really went into that, it was the second K Fest I went to
Nice.
for sure
What year was that?
because that one would have been, I think, 2019.
Oh, okay. Nice.
2019 it would have been because the first one I went to 2018, and then
Went
yeah,
back to
the
back.
year after I went back. Yeah, I went back
Nice.
to back, and then I haven't been back since. I've kind of been since low key a little bit out of the industry online, I guess I would say, and
Sure, yeah.
I'm making a comeback here this year. My big thing is I had my time away. It's time I did my learning,
Yep.
and this is my Avengers Secret Wars. Basically, I was I was
No,
I've been
that's
doing
good.
some
That's
things.
good.
I've been Doctor Dooming, sitting creating
Dr.
my
Dooman.
empire, and yeah, dude, just hanging out and just enjoying it. Taking it day by day because
Well,
a
that's
lot
cool.
a lot has changed. And I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
like you said, if you don't adapt to it,
Exactly.
it's only gonna hurt you so much in the end. So like
Yeah.
even when I first started this back in 2010, like I wanted to be the best. I wanted to learn
Oh yeah.
everything and anything I could. And, you know, I was learning things, like I said, Corbin facts, stuff that didn't make any sense to anyone and was useless to everyone. And now all of a sudden it's all relevant.
Exactly.
Everything is all relevant.
It's all relevant now. 100%.
So it all happens for a reason,
Mhm.
which is good. Everything happens for a reason, everyone that's listening. I mean, don't cut yourself short. If you're doing something and you think, why am I doing this? You're doing it because you know it's the right move to make and you're making the right play. Doesn't matter what we're talking about. Doesn't have to be this industry specifically. Doesn't have to be anything involved with this. If you
Yeah.
think there's a reason why you're doing something, you're doing it because you know it's the right move to make and follow your dream. That is huge,
Holy shit.
you
Did we
know?
just like transition into a motivational TED Talk?
I think we
I think
kinda
you
just
just
did a
did.
little bit.
I
I
think
think
you
I
just
did, didn't
flipped it
I?
on its head, bro.
Almost. Yeah, dude, I gave her the old RKO and I just kinda told her like, "Let's get into this and let's go." I mean,
I'd watch it.
but
I'd be
am I
there. I'd
wrong? Am
attend.
I
You're
wrong
not
though?
wrong. No, no, I know. I'm
You gotta follow
making
your
light of
passion,
it.
bro.
You are
Dude, you
correct.
got to.
Yeah.
You have to follow your passion
Well,
because
and that's
it's what makes us happy, dude.
exactly.
We're men. We're so dumb and we're so simple. And there's so many little things that get us so excited. And it's like these little things. It's like, yeah, you know, with the world changing as much it is
Yep.
and how much of a shit show that it is everywhere,
Yep.
why not just be happy with
Yeah,
what we're
and
doing and
enjoy. Exactly. Right. More
right?
sound, more better, man. Like when
More
we
sound,
first
more
met,
better, more power, more speakers, more better.
all the
Let's
phases,
go, dude.
all the
All the
phases.
phases, dude. All the phases are so good for sure. Like that's how you make a good stereo. You
That's
get
right.
all the phases.
Well, so, maybe not to go too far into it, but in terms of how it's changed, what have you noticed? I know I have, and I feel like I know this answer. What's your thoughts, or maybe not your thoughts, but what you've noticed in terms of, customer comes in, they want their system to sound better, and like that's all the information you really get, right? And
Well, where are
what
you starting off with that? I want to know.
where I'm starting off with that?
Yeah.
Well,
What would you say to that question if I asked you that?
yeah. So what I
I
typically
guess
ask.
vehicle dependent, but
Yeah, of course, of course. I said, okay, well, what are you looking for yourself? Like, what exactly does sound better mean for you? Like, are you trying to get a cleaner sound and you need it louder, or do you just need some more bass? Like, that's kind of where I try to gauge. Like, are you happy with how the system sounds, but it's lacking here, or do you think, where what your needs are? Like, is it a more overall better sound, right, from the speakers themselves? And typically I'll get two different answers, right? Like a lot of the guys with the Bose setups and the Chevys, a lot of guys like
they
it.
just want louder
They just
and they
want,
want more bass
yeah, exactly, right?
every
So,
time.
and most of the time for us anyway, because I don't know, one day maybe we can get into this, but for us, like we're mostly like we do a fair amount of DSP, but I feel like we could definitely do more.
For sure. Same.
But I mean, well, I feel maybe everybody feels that way, but
DSP of the world, baby.
yeah, exactly. DSP the world. I feel like we're doing, just more bass for some of these guys. Like a lot of these guys will literally just come in. I just want some more bass. Like the Bose system sounds great for me.
Which it
It
does.
does. Yeah. I mean, sure.
It's
For
actually
for a lot of those
pretty
guys, they're
decent.
pretty happy with it. That it just needs bass. So we do a lot of that, right? And that's where I try
Yeah.
to gauge it. But I mean, a lot of Toyotas, people fucking hate them. They don't sound good. They don't
Yeah.
have
Don't get me into
bass. Yeah,
Toyotas.
I know. It's a
That's the hardest one.
and Ford is like it's not loud enough for most people, right?
Mhm.
Cuts out at you hit 25 and it just shits the bed. So we're
It's a 20 on some of them
yeah,
people
20
in a
ounce, yeah,
Bronco.
for true, yeah, for true. And yeah, I mean that's just kind of where I start. I try to see
I
if they
always
have a
started a base up,
reference,
dude.
right? Yeah, for sure, right? It's I mean, I
That's
like to
what's the
attack it on the
experience,
head.
right? That's the
Oh
wow
yeah,
factor,
that is the wow factor. That
you
is
know?
true. Yeah, that is
Like
true.
we're the biggest Memphis dealer in Canada, and I think that's been really like one of our saving graces is because
Those underseat
for a
boxes.
lot of these yeah, dude, like
Yeah.
for a lot of guys, they don't have time to leave their truck with us for X amount of time like we were talking about last episode
Yeah.
and building a box. Like for me to drop in two high-powered eights that I can throw 1500 RMS at a ported box underneath their seat
Hmm.
and they're bumping 140 dB underneath that. Dude, they love it.
They're
They
happy.
love
Yeah.
every time they're like, "Holy shit,
They're
what the hell
jiggling
did
the
you guys just
windows.
do?" Oh yeah, dude, everything's
Yeah.
shaking. They love it. And
Yep.
then I mean 90% of the time they're either coming back looking for upgrades after because they've spent, 18 hours a day in that
For sure.
vehicle, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I need more volume now. It's like, okay, cool. That's when we get into like DSPing it. I mean, Bose systems, we're generally doing channel for channel, like one to one
Right.
high level, unless there's a preamp available. But even then, like I've had such good success with, doing the old LC7I idea, but into a DSP,
Right.
and then
Doing it the right
having,
way.
yeah, doing it the right way, and having
Yeah.
our the proper things done towards it, and
Yeah.
not worrying about it. But Fords, you need a preamp. A to B is
Yeah.
a little bit different. You need
Yeah.
this. It's picky on the CAN bus side of things,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, but yeah, dude, like starting with a base upgrade like that
Mm-hmm.
in every vehicle, like why not? That's what gets the guys addicted,
For
and that's
sure.
that's what I love is like just delivering the vehicle first off the get go, and they're like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm just too greedy.
Well, dude, honestly, I think all of us are, is because we've been
Yeah.
we've been in this industry for so long,
Yeah.
and we think like that everyone thinks the same way we do,
Right.
and they don't.
Yeah.
Because yeah, all right, well, I've been in the industry for 15 years, you've been in it for 10 years. You know what people, or you know what you want, but
Yeah.
you don't know what people want,
Right.
because what you want is not what people want, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I want
So I mean,
every
it's like,
vehicle to leave with a $20,000 audio system.
well, yeah, I mean, I also do, but
No.
it's also not
No, I
realistic,
know. I know.
right? I know you're joking, but it's like until they hear that and get the experience, and that's why I like having
For
demo
sure.
vehicles
Yeah,
and
for
things like
sure.
that, right?
Yeah, man. It's like I said, the standards or reference of the client is a little different nowadays.
Everyone's
Of course,
different, man.
everybody's different, but I feel like, I guess it depends on who you get to, right? Like what kind of, like, does he have any experience in it in the past, right?
Oh, dude, I've
Or is
had
he
guys
just
that are
getting
just like,
into it?
just
Yeah.
take it and just do what you want, and then I literally like build them a quote, and they're like, "Yep, that's fine." Like I'm like,
Yeah,
"What?
was you getting
You haven't
shocked?
even heard anything.
Yeah.
You're just letting me take it in," and like I give them a fairly decent number, like 10 grand maybe, and they're like, "All right, yeah, this is cool," and I'm like, "All right, sweet," and
Yeah.
like they pick it up and they're beyond mind blown.
Yeah, like just
Like,
completely
what
knocked
did
out of
you
the
do
park.
with this system? Like,
Yeah.
how did you do this? And then, I'm really good at delivering vehicles and really good at going over them, because like that's always been my biggest thing is, if a guy's going to spend that much money with me,
Mhm.
I look at it the same way.
Yeah,
If this was my vehicle, how would I want to be treated? How would I want to be
for sure.
presented?
For sure.
And these things get a
Yeah.
little bit complicated. So why
Yeah,
why
gotta take
not?
that
And
time.
yeah, dude, it takes 15 to 20 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes, maybe an hour if you really want to get technical with them. Because these guys, once they pick it up, the first thing they want to do is they want to get the hell out of there.
Yeah,
They want to
for
leave
sure.
and go for a
Yeah,
drive,
they wanna
and
bump
they
it.
want to experience what you just showed them in their vehicle.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's my favorite thing. Like I build systems all day long. Doesn't matter what the vehicle is. Doesn't matter. That's okay. I mean, certain vehicles, like, yeah, they might take a little bit longer, but that's the easy part for me.
Mm.
It's getting it all dialed in and
Oh,
making
yeah.
sure that it's ready for pickup, like
Yeah.
I've cleaned out this little area, I've made sure this is all good. If they
Yep.
had anything else in the back, I've pulled all their stuff out of the trunk or out of the back just to make sure there's no rattle so they can really hear things. And
Oh,
I
that's
play my music, and hey, do you want to listen to some of your music?
yeah, of
Like,
course, you
like
got to.
I want to show you some of my songs that I really think really bring this system alive
Yeah.
and bring it out and like show the true sound quality of it. And they
Yeah.
hear it and they're like, damn,
Yeah.
damn. And then they realize their music isn't sound quality.
Yeah.
And that's when they
Yeah.
really change their entire genre of what they listen to. And they're like, okay. And then,
Yeah.
going through their settings on Spotify, Apple Music, turning the volume normalization down,
Yep.
turning up all the lossless stuff,
Yep.
turning off sound check on iPhones,
Yep.
just all these little things that people don't
There's a
know about.
lot of
Like,
little things in the background that fucking cut you off at the knees sometimes that you just don't know. It's
yeah,
fucking crazy. I remember when we did our little training there, and I was like, I know I have all this shit. I've had it turned off before, but
and I turned it off for you.
Spotify turned it all back on for me, right?
Dude, and you know what? Everyone says that too. They're like, oh, I swear I turned that off. I'm like,
No,
yeah. But it does it every
I
update. I think
did.
almost
Yeah.
every update it turns it off.
So I check it like every fucking week now. because I'm
Yeah,
so, and it's never done it to me on Tidal. Tidal's always been
I
been
love
been
Title.
great.
I love it.
Tidal has never turned on like the volume normalization. It's
Title
never
turns me
changed
on.
it.
I'm sorry, what?
Tidal turns me on.
I
Yeah.
love Title, dude.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, I kind of figured we had like a similar experience with like the industry changing. You were just in a little bit longer, like I didn't know if you had seen any of the competition scene and like how it's kind of changed now. Like it's
Ah,
fucking changed quite a bit. I think I don't even know if I bought my car because I kind of wanted to get into it, but I just feel like the
well,
SQ
I've
lanes
only done one.
are
I've only done
just
one competition, and
yeah.
it's only been SPL.
I just think
So
SQ is so cutthroat. SPL is too. I think everything's cutthroat, but I don't think it's worth it. You know what
well,
I mean?
no, I think it is. It's just where we are at in Canada is
Yeah.
very hard and very difficult. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like when I did it, it was super cool. Like I was,
Yeah.
dude, I'm running like a 2008 Volkswagen Jetta with two Type R's in it. One of them's reconed, and like we're running with the guys from FX Audio,
Hell
and they're like
yeah.
making fun of me. They're like, oh, Corbin's got a recone Type R here, and like a 1,000 RMS street stock 1K, and they're like, oh, he's 142.2 dB, like ended up coming first place, like held the record for the 1 year or whatever in street stock
Nice.
1K for that. I still have the
Nice.
medal. And it's funny because I was actually chatting with the guy that put that show on
Mm-hmm.
in GP,
Mm-hmm.
Richard Bouchard. He was actually one of the first people that like really kind of got me involved with car audio when I first started, because he'd have all these guys that were coming in
Yeah, yeah.
huge into car audio, and he had like an exclusive group in Grand Prairie. It was called Team FAPA, and a lot of these
Fap
dudes were
Fappa?
team, yeah, FAPA, Team FAPA,
Okay.
and they were huge. They've been around for a very long time, like probably since like early mid 2000s. They've been doing stuff, and like
Nice.
all these guys, they came in kind of stiff upper lip, whatever. After they got to
Ooh.
know me, they were like, "Damn, like this guy knows." He's starting to learn, or I learned from them, or years
Right.
later, it was like, okay, cool, that that they're coming to me, and it kind of hard to explain, I guess, or,
No, no,
or,
yeah,
or look at, but
it's all good.
I mean, he taught me a hell of a lot. And it's funny because
Nice.
I chat with Richie every once in a while. Just recently, we started chatting more just with the podcast coming up, and we've always been very close. And he said some very kind words to me and about us and everything. And it makes
Appreciated.
makes makes me very happy, because when I first started this, I was just a regular dude. I'm still just a regular dude.
Yep.
But I didn't know anything. But
Oh,
like
regular
when I
degular.
first got into it, dude, I wanted to be the dude.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I think everybody wants to be the dude. You
dude,
know?
I'm the dude now. I'm the dude now,
You're
straight
my
up
you're
out
you're my
here.
dude.
Dude, dude, you're my dude. I mean,
Hell
we've
yeah.
all got our guy,
We've
and I
all
mean,
got our
like,
dudes.
we love what we do, and our passion shows it. I mean, this is an
Mm-hmm.
example right here, this podcast, us getting together and chatting about this, whether it's for industry professionals or consumers that want to learn a little bit more. I know we might have got a little bit more technical on this one,
Yeah.
but what we basically are saying is we are out here for you guys.
Oh, hell yeah.
We do it for ourselves, to the reason to where it's a pride thing.
Yeah.
Vegeta pride. We are
Oh, for
Super
sure.
Saiyans, and we are Saiyans, and we want to make sure our audio is known. And that's the biggest thing, is we would
Yeah.
never point a person in the wrong direction.
Correct.
And we are learning what we are learning about integrating into new vehicles, because
Yep.
when we start getting into some of these further episodes, we're going to start getting technical. We're going to start getting
They're getting a little
a
nerdy.
lot we're gonna get a little nerdy, and we're just trying to keep it fun for now,
Yeah.
because we want people to know that we are having fun, and we're what we do is fun.
Yeah.
We have the coolest job in the world,
I
dude.
really I
Every
really think
day
we
I
do.
wake up and I don't do the same thing every day.
Yep.
That is sick to me.
Yeah, dude.
I hear from
It's
people all the time. They hate what they do.
yeah,
They don't
doing the
enjoy it.
same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or they just don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I I
I'm
mean, there's some days I get stressed. Don't get me
oh
wrong.
yeah. Yeah.
I,
It is a stressful industry for sure, right? It
it's
can it can
very,
it, it can be stressful.
but it's how you deal with the stress, and how you deal with
100%.
the
Yeah.
and once again, it goes down to the knowledge you have, the people you have behind you, and the resources and the things that we can do to make that easier for us,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, why would I sell a guy something that I know is going to be wrong
Yeah.
just so I could fuck my entire day up?
Yeah. Well,
No,
a
dude.
sadist, bro. That would be the only reason.
Dude.
I feel the exact same way because, you know, like sometimes like people kind of look at me like I'm leading them on, like I'm trying to get this fucking crazy sale. It's like, dude, this is what it takes nowadays. I don't think I'm outrageously priced.
No, you're not.
I'm really not. Like you and I are on the
I
same
mean, if
level.
you
We've
want it,
talked about it
sure.
before.
I can do it wrong, but I'm going to tell them,
Yeah.
you're going to fucking hate
Yeah.
this. And when you hate this, do
Yeah.
not come back to me and tell me you hate this.
Yeah.
And if you like it, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I
We
mean,
both win.
yeah, we both win. Exactly, right? Like we're not going to shy away from it. You know what I mean? Like if you think you're right, like okay, Mr. Customer, yes, your 24 Tacoma, we'll change the speakers. It's got JBL. We'll change the speakers and add a sub. Yes, sir. Right? It just I'm using this
I
example
know,
because
I
we had
know. It
one
just
the
hurts
other
me.
day. We had this the other day,
Ugh.
and it wasn't even me
Ugh.
taking the call. I just loved how Sean handled it because I've been doing more
Nice.
remote starts. It's the season, right? 'Tis the season.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Training another guy. Anyways, he was like, you know, I guess whatever the person said on the other line he was talking to, they came in, you know, they wanted it to be a bit better, and he was talking to them about it, about, you know, doing an amp on the OEM speakers, adding a sub, right? And that's, you know, gonna get better sound quality, right? That's just what he qualified the customer looking for, right? So
I hate
then
the internet.
yeah, exactly. So then the customer came back. He must have said something along the lines of, "Well, I don't think I need to go that crazy. I just want to change the speakers and, you know, do the subwoofer." And Sean was like, "You know, like this is the only part I heard, so I'm just assuming the client said that." But he was like I don't want to lead you on. You know, we can. I'm definitely fine with changing your speakers. We'll definitely do that for you. But you know, you might only see a small increase, or you may not even see any at all, because we've talked about this before. A lot of the times, it's not better. It's worse. It's like all
It's
times
worse.
basically, right?
It's
Like
usually
it's
worse.
usually worse. You
The
change the
only time
speakers
I'll
on the
tell you
factory
that I've
signal.
had a good experience is so like Kicker makes the KSC 69204s, so it's like a 6x9 with a 2.5 inch.
Right? Yeah.
Only time I've ever had a good experience.
Yeah. Hey,
But I'm changing the same diameter,
you're
same
using the
everything,
same cone. Yeah, the
same
same size.
everything,
Yep,
and you're just increasing dB efficiency. So now it's just louder,
that's right.
and
Yep,
there's better product in there.
that's right. Yeah.
That's the only time.
I'm excited for Blam's kit. It should be shipping soon. It's supposed to come with brackets and everything.
Shh. That
Oops.
was gonna be for another episode. You just
Well,
gave away the old bread and butter, brother. The bread and butter is gone.
I
There's no bread and butter
I
anymore.
can cancel it out. What do you mean, bread and
I'm
butter?
just kidding. Hey, dude, this is fucking raw, baby.
It's
We don't
always
cut
raw.
nothing out here. We don't cut nothing out
Well,
here.
all I'll say is I'm excited. I'm
I
very
am also
excited. There's a
very
couple other
excited.
pieces from Audio Tech Fisher coming with that same regard that I'm very excited for.
Oh yes.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely going to be a game changer for next audio season. I mean, for me, audio seasons every season. We still got guys
Okay.
coming in on the daily all the
Buddy,
time
I got
looking
no
up great
snow on the
shit.
ground right now. It's
No?
+7 right now, and
Oh,
it's +7 tomorrow.
holy
What is
shit.
going on
Yeah.
up in Grand Prairie?
Yeah, it's +5 today. And what's it supposed to be tomorrow? +3. So we still got, so we
Yeah,
had icy,
it's still, dude. I'm still
fucking
driving
freezing
my
rain
truck. I
today.
haven't even parked it yet. I keep procrastinating it, and I know my wife is like, "Are you gonna park your truck?" And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, eventually, but I kind of don't want to, because that means I have to buy another system for my Bronco that I've been planning on
Uh,
doing, and then it means I have to work
then you
even
got to
harder.
work for it.
Yeah, then I got to work, then I got to build, and then I got to do this, which I'm looking forward to. I've already got some good plans, so
I'm
you
excited
know,
to see it. I'm excited for you to finally fucking hear my car
oh,
because
dude.
yeah.
I love to hear that. And for anyone in the region, Grand Prairie, Fort Mac, if you guys really want a good demo, come see us. Come
Yeah.
talk to us about it. Like we have vehicles that are ready to play all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, dude.
We'd love to show off our stereos and what we can do,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, just kind of show you guys what's out there. I mean, this is the whole point of the podcast. It's to get real with consumers, get real with industry professionals, and just really
Yeah.
talk about what's going on and what we can do.
That,
And hearing is believing.
yeah, exactly. That was kind of the big
Y-
thing for me was kind of getting into the consumer side of thing as well, like just the people I chat with every day, you know?
Day, I think we've really tapped in onto this one.
Yeah.
I think we've done very good on that. I mean, as far as the industry's changed, I mean, both of us we're fairly young. I mean,
It's only going
we're
to
not
change
old.
more.
I mean, I'm old, fuck, but it's only going to change more, and we're constantly going to be talking about that. But I think we kind of got to the point to where we needed to be, and I really hope everyone here listening enjoys where we're at.
Yeah.
Any feedback, once again, you guys, any topics you want us to talk about, any things that maybe you guys are struggling with as a shop, as a salesperson, as a technician, anything like that, please let us know because we'd love to bring it up. You know, even if we don't have all the information
Yeah.
for it, I'm sure we can find the information for it or potentially
Yeah, get you to the
have that
right
information
circles,
for it.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
exactly. There's
I mean,
so much available resources out there.
yeah, 100%. I mean, we I just want to bring everybody together, man.
Me too. And
That's
I
it.
think, what has been very big with our industry lately.
Yeah, I think
So,
so. I think so.
well, I thank you guys for listening. Once again, Decibels in Dialogue. I'm Corbin,
I'm Dalen, man.
and we're gonna be here. So tune in till next week for our next episode. And once again, thank you for listening.
Thanks everybody.